a lot of people, from what I can see, are going through with it. We're putting out mindless propaganda is what some of us feel that we're putting out, and that what the American people feel that we're putting out. So how do we change this?
Thank you for a very good question, and thank you for your recent service.
That's a good question. Of course, he spends it from this point. You can see this guy just getting a bad case of heartburn. Go ahead and cut that down. And, of course, they do spin it. And as I mentioned, they spun it by saying, well, that site is blocked. Of course, they're the ones who blocked it. But, of course, people could still go to Scribd, and they could still see the Jade Helm exercise document that we were talking about there. But he didn't want to, he wanted to pretend that it didn't exist, pretend that he had absolutely no knowledge of it. That's the kind of unbelievable, mindless propaganda that we continue to see coming out of all levels of the government, but especially the military when it comes to these types of exercises. Stay with us. When we come back, we're going to play Joe Biggs taking apart the way that Fox News propagandizes the public in this psychological operation. We'll be right back.
Aging starts at the cellular level. When cells become toxic, they die early and aging sets in. In the past decade, we have witnessed unparalleled scientific discoveries. During that period, key patented compounds have focused on mitochondrial growth, nerve growth, and rejuvenation. But no one has put together a formula that focuses directly on brain health, nerve growth factors, and optimizing your cellular energy at the same time. We now have the synergistic solution, DNA Force, just one of the key compounds. BioPQQ is backed by major clinical studies and over 175 PubMed-listed published studies. You want the best that's out there at the lowest price anywhere? The ultimate value, cutting-edge, trailblazing game changer that also supports the InfoWar. Secure your DNA Force today at InfoWarsLife.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139. DNA Force from InfoWars Life. InfoWars Life and InfoWarsLife.com is extremely excited to announce our latest release, Winter Sun, a revolutionary type of vitamin D3. Winter Sun is a premium quality vitamin D3 nutritional supplement. It is produced by extracting oil from healthy, nutrient-dense plants known as lichens. Every batch is analyzed for purity and D3 content. It's completely free of toxins and allergens. Simply put, if you want the best at an extremely low price, this is it. Winter Sun is the result of our pursuit of the best source of vitamin D3. The research and development took over 2 years, but the result, as verified by independent laboratories, is the best vegan vitamin D3 product in the world. Read the facts at InfoWarsLife.com about Winter Sun Vitamin D3. Not only does vitamin D3 promote a healthy mood, but vitamin D supports our memory and brain function, something the globalists are targeting. Visit InfoWars.com today or call 888-253-3139. In the near future.
When you realize how fake it all is, the football, the basketball.
Alert. Security alert. This is Homeland Security. Analysis. InfoWars building independent media operation.
You let the worst people get control and tell us that we are the ones responsible.
Prime directive. Discredit Alex Jones.
Jones is the wildly popular conspiracy theorist.
It's a popular conspiracy theory talk show called InfoWars.
Alex Jones is now in an Austin jail.
These people are assaulting us.
Targeting of patriots engaged.
They are never going to stop. They're never going to deviate from their program until we stop them.
Block free iPhone app at Infowars.com. Block free podcast and video feed. Imperative. Destroy Prison Planet TV.
You gotta set your eye on the enemy, not worry about what propaganda they put out. Intellectually, it's begun and you can feel it.
Used since before the days of the Roman Empire to support the body's natural systems. Introducing the new InfoWarsLife.com oil of oregano formulation. We have now procured the most high quality and potent forms of oregano oil on the market. Extracted directly from the wild herb and sealed in easy-to-use capsules. You will no longer need to endure the burning of liquid oregano on the tongue. Now available in our limited first run at InfoWarsLife.com. That's InfoWarsLife.com or call 888-253-3139. Alex Jones here. For the last 2 years, I've been working with top doctors, nutritionists, and chemists to design a nutraceutical formulation that has truly life-changing health benefits. Introducing the all-new Ancient Defense Herbal Immunity Blend. Experience the benefits of combining over 14 ancient herbs and extracts with exciting new advances in nutraceutical science. Visit InfoWarsLife.com or call 1-888-253-3139. That's InfoWarsLife.com.
You're listening to The Alex Jones Show. We now take you live to the Central Texas Command Center and the heart of the resistance, rallying patriots worldwide. You're listening to The Alex Jones Show.
Welcome back to The Alex Jones Show. I'm David Knight. We've been talking about the drill that happened in Fort Lauderdale. Yet another drill extracting people, just as we see, as I said before, it's really kind of a acting out of the NDAA, indefinite detention by the military, and being renditioned out of an area. And of course, that's part of what's going on with this Jade Helm exercise. They're going to fly in, extract people, and leave. About 15 minutes, they said, in Brazos County. I don't know what they're going to do in other areas. But of course, when that was exposed, people didn't know this was going to happen in Fort Lauderdale. Nevertheless, citizen journalists got that. And as we pointed out in the last hour, it's very important that we maintain our rights to film our government when they're acting in official capacity, especially when they're operating in areas that are questionable as to whether or not we want them doing that, or we have the police involved in breaking the law or involved in police brutality. But of course, in Montana, they want to have you get a permit to film the police. That's a new bill that they've put there. And even if you get permission from them to film them, they still will maintain that they have editorial control over anything that you film before you can post it. That is absolutely outrageous. And of course, we got a video that shows not only that they're doing that in Fort Lauderdale, but we also got an article that says that the police have a new policy in Topeka, Kansas, that everyone's going to be treated as a criminal. When the police encounter you, you're going to have to put your hands up, kind of taking the hands up, don't shoot to a literal extension there. So we see that happening. As I pointed out, we need to question how we want to set our government up. This government, I believe, is totally out of control. The police, and hopefully this won't happen, but the potential, when we see with these scenarios and this training, the potential for the military to become predators is also there. We see that that is the training scenario that they have, going against political opponents, using the military in that way. And we know that historically has always happened. So they're pushing back on this. They're saying, well, we can't see the documents, and of course, this wouldn't be against posse comitatus because we're merely training, so forth and so on. Also saying that we are predicting that this is going to be martial law. That is not what we were saying whatsoever. Joe Biggs had a report analyzing the way Fox News was spinning the information and lying about what was being said. Go ahead.
I'm Staff Sergeant Joe Biggs, U.S. Army retired veteran of both Iraq and Afghanistan. Now I'm here today to dismantle the lies, propaganda, and just blatant BS put out by the mainstream media, the Pentagon. All these different sources are just clearly lying about this Operation Jade Helm 1-5. Now, first off, I want to talk about the Army Times. Now, in the Army Times, it says that Joe Biggs is cited as a veteran of Afghanistan and Iraq and said that exercises would prepare troops to throw citizens in FEMA camps. I'm cited as a U.S. Army veteran. Hello, you guys have written about me before. You can actually go Google my name with Army Times and pull up an article that you yourself did. Hello, you might want to go fact check yourself before you wreck yourself. You guys are supposed to have our backs. I'm a veteran. I actually have a Purple Heart. Do you know what that is? You obviously don't know what a veteran is. This is a Purple Heart. So now we're going to talk about the BizPac Review article. It says that we call this basically a secret document that proved to be bogus, but it hasn't slowed down the storm of conspiracies. Well, if you go back to March 23rd of last week, there's a video where I bring this Jade Helm 1-5 document to Alex. We sit down here at the news desk and we discuss what's going on. And in the video, you can clearly see that it says unclassified. Not once have we said secret document in any video. It's not secret. It's been hiding in plain sight for anyone to find, except most people don't know what to look for. And if they did see something like that, they wouldn't know what they were looking at.
We get sent by one of our sources, I'll leave it at that, hey, this is hidden behind a firewall, but it's unclassified. They're supposed to be releasing this. A little bird just put it on Scripps, the big document site. So that's a trick. When something's supposed to be declassified, they'll still hide it. So now for 4 or 5 days, they've had the different publications, Stars and Stripes, Military.com, and others going, we don't know if the document's real, but these conspiracy theorists, claim that we want to take over Texas and Utah this summer and martial law. We're not going to have martial law this summer.
You notice how they don't deny the operation, though, whatsoever? They just keep trying to, move the attention away from the fact that that's going on and just keep throwing out the conspiracy term and keep attacking us, so it takes people's attention off of the fact that there is a mission going to happen, just like it says in the documents. They're not denying it.
And then you got contacted by one of your friends that you served with saying, shut up, it's a psyop, get you none of your business.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why it's getting this kind of coverage, because there is underlying hidden messages in this document. The Pentagon keeps attacking us, coming after us, claiming that we said this is secret. So now we're going to take a look at Fox News. And in their article, it says Pentagon and local law enforcement are trying to knock down the rumors and let everyone know that the feds have no plan to take over Texas. Well, last night on the Kelly File, Megyn Kelly was talking to a reporter out of L.A., Chase Gallagher.
While the military says it's just training soldiers for the realities of war, critics say the Army is preparing for modern-day martial law. Trace Gallagher live in our West Coast newsroom with the story. Trace?
And they joke back and forth and banter. They would not once mention the fact that Alex Jones or myself or InfoWars broke this story, brought it to the attention of the American people. All they did was just call us some conspiracy group out of Austin, Texas, or something like that. This is out of control. They are blatantly lying, saying that we said it was a secret document when we never said that whatsoever.
Well, that hostile characterization didn't sit well with a far-right radio host in Austin who told his listeners that he had access to the secret document that details a federal takeover in Texas. A libertarian website also picked up on the plan, and before you know it, rallies were being held against the event. But apparently the so-called secret document was published weeks ago in several local newspapers, letting the public know the training was in the works. Still, the Pentagon and local law enforcement are trying to knock down the rumors, trying to let everyone know that the feds have no plans to grab the Lone Star State. Apparently this kind of stuff just doesn't play very well in Texas.
Now, there were few to link to our videos. Last night, Alex Jones actually did a video which outlines with proof what is happening, the plan to condition the American public into accepting this military presence on the streets. Now we're going to look at an article from the Dallas Morning News. It says the U.S. Army Special Operations Command has an upcoming training exercise so covert, there was a press release about it 2 days ago. Well, first of all, this goes back to the whole thing saying that we said it was secret. We never said it was secret. We showed you the document where it says unclassified. This is where it actually gets interesting. Now it says, despite assurances that the training is to prepare troops for overseas missions, Army documents.
Okay, we got a break coming up. You can see that full report on Infowars.com. And of course, as Joe is pointing out, one of the ways that you spin this is by creating a straw man, as they did on Fox News, saying that we're saying that this is some secret document that we found. We never said that. So it's very easy for them to say that this unclassified document is secret. Is not secret, rather. So you create a straw man, and then you take it apart. We're going to come back right after the break. We're going to take some of your calls. We've got some more information about civil asset forfeiture. 877-789-2539. 877-789-ALEX. That's the Sunday number. Call us if you want to comment on this or any of the other stories that we've talked about earlier today. We're going to take your calls after the break.
Another major health threat, this one in Toledo, Ohio, where everybody in the entire city has been told not to drink the water.
Ohio's governor declaring a state of emergency.
Did you know that the average person uses about 80 to 100 gallons of water at home every single day? If there's a water emergency, will you be prepared?
Panicked residents forming long lines throughout the day.
We're here at a supermarket in Toledo. You can see the shelves empty where water once was.
To stay safe and healthy during a crisis, you must have access to safe, clean water. Water which will not be available at your local grocery store.
There's a mad dash on right now to stock up on supplies.
The ProPure Pro 1 G2.0 water filtration system is a must-have for every modern, independently minded household. Protect